Hello, and we're live. Oh, you got 5 viewers. Oh, right. I'm going to have a wee bit of a kickback because we've. Oh, that's not good. Hold on. I'm going to have a bit of a kickback every time we speak because we've had an issue. Oh, how do I stop myself? Don't know. Okay, so thank you so much for joining. We've lost 2 already. So we are going to welcome to the stage Crichton Miller, and I apologise for the kickback, and I'm not really sure how to change that. We've had lots of issues trying to get. Look, they're all going. Please don't go. If it doesn't work, we're going to reschedule again. Okay, let's welcome to the stage Crichton Miller. Right.
Speak to you.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, it's not been easy, has it, Jacqueline?
No, it certainly has not. I'm going to put the YouTube on and just see how that's going on there. So apologies, everyone, for this mad kickback and whatnot. But we will sort it. And we're there. Okay. Now we got it 3 times. How do I perfectly? Um, until Crichton came on, so I don't know whether it's we don't know whether it's something to do with the Spanish connection or what's happening. So we have a big kickback. Let me just see. Oh, now I've got it 3 times. There we go. That's 2 gone. Okay, I'm gonna just mute Crichton just to see. Hello. Let's see if you can speak. Just speak, because that would be really handy if it works now. Say hello, Crichton, on there.
Can you hear me?
I think that's. Oh, hang on. Yes, speak again.
Can you hear me, Jacqueline?
Oh no, that's just the phone.
No.
That's a shame. Okay. Anyway, we can hear. So what we'll do is we will have a small chat regarding some of your stuff. That's actually really annoying, that kickback. Yes, so we'll have a really quick chat about you and your how do I do that? No, I can't.
You're very faint.
Am I? Oh, that's even worse, isn't it? That doesn't help. Okay.
Can't hear you too well.
Oh, that's because of that. Am I louder?
That's better.
Okay. So we're going to have to go like this. Right. Apologies, everyone, for the madness. Video is clear. Can you increase the sound? Yes, Alex, I've got it right up to my face. Thank you for joining. And apologies for the repeat conversation. Well, there's always one, isn't there? Anyway, and it's usually me.
So, the technology that I talk about is a lot simpler, and it's 5,000 years old.
Wow. That is cool.
Okay.
Alex says thanks. Oh, here, look, we can get the. There we are. We can get the comments as well on screen. See how good this would be if we could hear you?
You've gone quiet again, Jacqueline.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. So, yeah. Let's go. All right. So, now, I would like to quickly start with your amazing background. I mean, when you sent that, I was like, oh my gosh. So, yeah. It is just incredible. But we will go. An echoing sound is very low. Yeah, sorry, Alex. We are going to do this again at another time. So I'm going to hit straight to the fact that you were studying tin and copper. I mean, what that was transported by the sea and all this. And I'm like, why on earth would you even think of that? So let's go. Tell me.
Oh, all right. So I've been sailing since I was a child, and I'm a navigator and yacht master, but I'm also in logistics and transport. And that's about getting product from A to B in the simplest and quickest way, so that it's cheap to do. So I was looking at how ancient people could navigate during the Bronze Age, which it started in 3300 BC and collapsed in 1200 BC. So these sailors were traveling from Egypt, Cyprus, to Norway, and for tin in Britain, because I'm sure you all know that Britain used to be called the Isle of Tin. So what I wanted to know was how they could find latitude and longitude. And I've tinkered about with different pieces of wood and old Sumerian sexagesimal system, they call it base 60, and found out how they did it. So the problem is, when I wrote about it, I applied for 2 patents in the British Patent Office at a time when messing about with religious icons was blasphemous. But that didn't matter, because publishing be damned. So it's hanging on every church wall. It's also more ancient. So you find the solar and wheel cross all over the world. And you would do, because they could sail all over the world. That really upsets the academics. Okay. So just to show your audience, here's one I made earlier. But this is in a modern form. But it's the same shape. You see? And what this is a weight on the bottom of the wheel. And it will always point to the middle of the earth. And that means that you can measure things sideways, okay? And particularly the zodiac. And then you can measure the angle of the heights this way. And you can also measure in a lateral way. So you can measure all the angles before trigonometry, if everybody goes back to their school days, and I'm not going to get too heavy in mathematics. But with the instrument, they could find themselves within 3 miles anywhere on the earth.
Wow.
And so I proved it. We're really upset people.
Yeah, I bet it did. That's really clever. And I don't even know how you would even yeah, it's like
it's quite complicated, but the moon goes backwards every night. So if you go out tonight, you'll see the moon about midnight directly overhead, more or less. Well, no, not at your latitude, but at my latitude.
Okay.
And it goes backwards 12 degrees every 24 hours.
Right.
And so all you have to do is measure the angle between a star or planet like Venus, and you'll be able to tell the difference between its angular position and a prime meridian. So I looked for the prime meridian in the Great Pyramid of Khufu. And measuring the angles, I found that it perfectly measures the distance around the Earth and on the equator with a difference of about 12 miles. Is that crazy?
That is absolutely crazy.
What I'm talking about is that people, when they built the pyramids, they already had the science. And then they lost it. Then the Greeks picked up a bit of it, and the Romans picked up even less. And then what happened then is during the Christian Crusades, they went and recovered all that knowledge and made the first clock. Because you keep time with the stars.
This is so...
You know, I'll show you. And this is a shame because they're teaching digital time now, so children won't know this. So this wristwatch is a model of the Earth looking down on the North Pole. And the hour hand tracks the sun. So it's what we're talking about is they use the zodiac, sun and moon, to keep time and measure the Earth. And the only instrument that I could find that would do it is this.
Okay.
There you are. Is that fun?
Did you invent that particular thing that you've got in your hand there?
No. It's a solar cross. I didn't invent it. I just rediscovered it.
Ah.
Resurrection, if you like.
Ooh. Right. Okay. So, how did you get the?
Sorry. Go on.
How did you get the design? How did you get the design for that?
Okay. So what I did is I wanted to measure the pole star, Polaris, to find my latitude without a GPS or a sextant or a quadrant or a theodolite. And so what I did is I got a stick and pointed it at the pole star. But my hand was wobbling about, so I took a long piece of wood and nailed it to it, and I got a Latin cross. Then I hung a plumb line from the top of it and put the ancient Sumerian numbers that we still use today to keep time along the bottom.
Okay.
And then the plumb line then gives you the angle. Then I put a circular one on it and hung a plumb line from the middle of it and found that I could do the same thing. You know, like a compass you get at school.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the ancient Celtic crosses in Ireland and Scotland and realized that they were a copy of the zodiac, which gives the 4 parts of the day and the 4 parts of the year, the seasons. And that the wheel is in the middle to teach us, their children, is meant to spin.
Wow. Okay. That is yeah. It really makes sense, and it's like it's a bit like everybody's tried to cover up stuff so that just to keep us a bit stupid. Funny that, eh?
Cancel culture is 2,000 years old.
Yeah. if not longer, maybe.
Anyway, it's particularly British and Irish heritage, because you don't see much of it anywhere else. But you do see it in the Indian medicine wheels, and you'll also see it in 1,400 BC ships carved in rocks in Sweden, and Denmark.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how they navigated.
Interesting.
Isn't
it just? So, as we've got such
the beauty from a scientific point of view, you're supposed to have a theory, make a model, do field trials, and then have peer group review. And the toughest peer group review in the world is the patent office.
Oh, I bet.
So I did it twice. All right, but they must have they've left it hanging in the churches. It's in everybody's right in front of their eyes, and they don't see it.
And it'll be even
Isn't that interesting?
It'll be even lost even more now, because nobody has a time watch or nothing, and everybody relies on this crappy internet that we are relying on tonight.
If for instance we lost all our digital things through a solar storm or a war, nobody would be able to find a way around or keep the time or know what to do.
We'll all be coming to you.
Well, I probably won't be here. I'm 76 this year.
Well, you'll have to teach somebody then.
Well, there is a book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good plugging. Here we go. So, the book. Oh, yeah, go on. You tell it.
Have you got it? No, go on. No, go on.
Oh, now I've got to find it. You'll be quicker to saying it. The Golden Thread of Time.
Yes.
Yes.
I wrote it in 2001 and sold all the copies out. And then I found it on the second hand on the internet, selling in America for as much as $6,000.
No.
So I then got Amazon to print it because it's for ordinary people. I didn't want rich people having it.
No.
I didn't mind them having it, but I wanted it just for ordinary folks. So I redid it in 2014. It's on Amazon, and you can also buy it as a download, a Kindle.
Oh yeah, Kindle. Yeah. Husband loves a Kindle.
So, and it's still selling. After 23 years, it sells through word of mouth.
Why? This is the problems of the internet.
You're throwing your microphone around.
Yes.
So it has a very spiritual aspect. It's not just practical. It's our ancestors were both spiritual and practical.
Yeah.
Modern scientists will try and split it up. So if you go to Stonehenge, it's a clock and a calendar. But the thing about the ancients' way of being was that they saw creation as being time.
Yeah.
And, there's no past, future hasn't happened yet. And so it was about creation, and it was about the solar creation, sun, in the time of a zodiac sign.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So it started with Taurus. Then that's 2,160 years. Then it was Aries. And then when that faded, it was Pisces, which is why the Pope, bless him, wears a fish's hat for a head. Fish's head for a hat, sorry.
All right, yeah.
And the Christian symbol is a fish.
Yeah.
For the age of Pisces.
Wow.
Now that's all about measuring time. All right. So they also believed that time was cyclical and it would continue to repeat itself. Different stage, but same thing. Everything that goes up must come down, and it goes up again. You don't like the seasons. So they believed in reincarnation for that reason.
So yeah,
We'll,
I know this sound. I know this sounds. So, oh,
sorry.
sorry, I'm interrupting. I shouldn't interrupt. But somebody will be laughing in a minute. But I've been watching Vikings. Yeah, on it's silly Netflix thing, but it was actually quite interesting how they got around because they didn't know anything was there, and then so I wonder. Well, exactly. Yes. Here we go.
So the Bronze Age collapsed in 1200 BC.
Yeah.
Caused 800 years of dark ages in the Mediterranean, in the Levant. And then the Greeks took over, and then when the Romans took over, they blocked all the trade routes. So the Romans never reached Norway, Scandinavia, North Germany, North Scotland, or Ireland. So they kept the knowledge. And when the Roman Empire collapsed, they opened the trade routes again. So they invaded North France, which is why it's called Normandy. At the same time, they invaded Sicily. And they started trading with the Ottoman Empire.
Okay.
Very shortly after that, by about 1000 AD, roughly, they started the Crusades. And took the whole of the Levant, and it was 400 years of the Crusade, and they got this ancient knowledge and started to build Christendom. All your kings and queens and the people going back, in that period, are the result of the Crusades and the Normans, which are really Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, Viking isn't the proper name. It's a thing you do. Viking is a thing you do.
Okay.
All right? So it's a lost history. And it really got lost even more in the 18th century when the British had sort of opened up their trade routes to India. And we were using anthropic measurements, feet, inches, fingers, all of that sort of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And the French were in competition. So Napoleon invaded Egypt. And then from the pyramid, he changed inches into metric. Now the only countries in the world that keep anthropic is Britain, United States of America, Myanmar, believe it or not, okay, and Liberia. The rest of the world can't connect the numbers that are in the pyramids and Stonehenge and so forth because they've given it up and they've gone on to the meter.
Right. Yeah.
There's 12 hours in a day.
Right.
12 signs of the zodiac. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Counted with a thumb.
Ah.
That's the cubit. From there to here. It's exactly a foot long. If you want to check that out, measure your foot and measure your elbow from the wrist to here. It used to be called the L-wand.
Okay. That's fascinating.
People don't know. Nobody teaches it.
No. What a shame.
It's a broken. The reason we need archaeologists is because we've lost our history.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we're losing it more and more every day, aren't we?
we're waking up, aren't we?
Oh, some of us are, yeah.
Well, you're right about that. So I find great fun with it because it's quite shocking in a way. If I go to somewhere like Stonehenge, then I appreciate the spiritual side of it.
Yeah.
But I'm offended by the archaeologists saying it's purely spiritual.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's both. They were balanced. Our ancestors were balanced. And they left all the knowledge for us in books of stone, and we've forgotten how to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad, isn't it?
It's very sad.
Yeah.
So
there we go. You've got me talking non-stop. I do that. I'm sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. Yes. And we did manage to do a bit, didn't we?
Kind of potted history, that one.
Brilliant. So, yes. Right. So, I just think that is just amazing. So, can you tell me a little bit about the fact that you were knighted?
Yes, it was under a warrant by Princess Elizabeth, who's cousin of our king, our present king. And because of what I'd recovered, I got invited in 2017. And I got knighted in the Queen's Chapel in Cambridge.
Oh, wow. That is brilliant.
The order is the Order of the Fleur-de-Lis, which is, of course, a very religious royal symbol, which was formed in 1439.
So,
and still exists to this day.
wow. So are you a sir?
Sorry? Wow. I get called worse by my wife. No, that's in British knighthood and so forth is separate, but you can be knighted within an order providing it's got a royal warrant.
Okay, cool. Wow. Okay.
Anyway, I do believe in the knightly way of truth, service, and truth above all. Yeah.
100%.
So anybody wants to look it up, it's the Order of the Fleur-de-Lis. It's on the website. You won't find it on Wikipedia for obvious reasons.
Order of the... Oh, I can't spell it. Hang on, I'm just putting it on the chat. The Royal Order of the... Where is it? There it is. Fleur. F-L-E-U-R-D-E-L... Whoops. Okay, I've just put that on the chat. Oh, I've just put that on the chat. So, I will ask now. Unless you've got some more stuff that you want to chat, I will just.
Shortened, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it's rubbish connection. No, I meant the rubbish connection that we've got tonight. And I've still spelled that wrong. Okay. Yes. Let me just see if anybody wants to ask a question. I will put it in the comments again. Hang on.
I haven't looked at the comments, have I? I'm on private chat. Oh, wow. That's busy.
So, It's the
That's the order of the fleur-de-lis.
of the FLEU.
I think I'll spell it.
There you go. I spelt it right now. Right, anyone got any
No, it says YouTube account now.
question?
Anyway, that's the story of my obsession.
That's really fascinating, and you've got a fascinating life. In the description, I think on YouTube, I've put quite a lot of what you sent me. So hopefully everybody will have a good look at that on the description. And what I'll do after the stream is I will add the add the link to your book on Amazon. And would you like me to add your website as well?
Well, website, the academic website, have you got that?
I don't think I have, but if you send me it, I will add it onto the description.
Okay, if you put my name into Google, it's all on there.
Okay, we'll do that. Promise it'll be better next time.
And it's got the academic website on Google.
Cool. So.
Some of it's a bit heavy.
Okay.
Mathematical.
Yeah, I was never very good at mathematics.
Well, it's all nature's numbers.
Yes. Well, at least we've had a bit of an experience this evening, and I promise next time. Oh, nobody can hear me. We've had a bit of an experience, and I promise it'll be better next time. It was our first time live on this, and
if you want, I can. If we do it after March, when I get back, then I'll have all the photographs and things, which is really interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's give it another go, and I'll add, and we'll add it all in, and we'll have a big practice beforehand. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So thanks very much, Crichton. It's been an interesting day. You are a fascinating person, and I can't wait to speak to you in person. Yes, I definitely do. All right, and I will bid you good evening. I'm going to switch you off. All right. Have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let me turn off my phone now, because hopefully I'm on here. Let's see. Okay. I wonder. Oh, so Jane's on. Can you hear me? Right. So that was interesting. Apologies everyone for the absolutely awful audio. I have no idea what happened, because we practiced all this, well, but not with Crichton. We should have done that. Okay, cool. So, if anybody's still here, there's a couple of you here. Thank you so much for joining me. I have really thoroughly enjoyed this interesting first time doing a live. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope that you will join me, because once again we're going to have Crichton on again, hopefully with a better audio. And he'll have lots of slides and some really cool stuff. We're also going to have oh, you would not believe, I'm going to save it. We've got so many interesting people coming. I have a lady who's been helping me out and getting me some wonderful speakers to speak to. And I'm not even going to give you a hint, but let me tell you, hey, the Magic Toolbox, monthly mystical is going up a level. Yes, it is a bit of banners. That's what I want. Okay. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you so much for joining me. Please comment in the whatever it is, the chat, or comment, and please just share and just try and get, because I really want to get 500 subscribers on YouTube. I'm desperate to get up a level. And yeah, and just to show you that there's some amazing people out there. And I hope to see you all soon. Have a flipping fantastic evening. And we're going to say goodbye. Thank you from the Magic Toolbox. Thank you from the Monthly Mystical. And thank you from me, Jacqueline Wilson. And I'll speak to you soon. Have a flipping lovely evening.